Internet. Hello YouTube. It's been a while since I made a video. Been working like crazy and can't get no help with my cabinet shop. And it's just, I'm not complaining. I like the money and the work, but man, I'm overwhelmed. But anyways, this video is about this camera and this lens. About, I'd say late last spring, sometime around May, I bought a Canon M6 Mark II and a couple lenses just to go light, where I could grab my camera and one or two lenses and throw in a little bag and just throw over my shoulder and not have to carry this big old pack with the Pentax K1. I still use the Pentax all the time, most of the time, but when it comes to going light on the grab and go, this little M6 is killer. It's an awesome little camera. I had the Canon 90D for a while and sold it. This has the same sensor in it, 32 megapixels. But anyways, today's video is about this lens. This is a Laowa Dreamer Macro 2x magnification 65mm f2.8 macro lens. And that's the size of it. Let me show you. This is a pretty wild lens. It's one of the best macro lenses I've ever owned. And it's so small, and it focuses in the barrel. The barrel does not extend. It focuses in and out here, which, it doesn't have a gasket. It's not weather sealed, but still, it's really tight. And there's no, there's no barrel sticking out to where dust can get in. But this baby is, it's better than my Canon L 100mm L lens. And the colors are almost like vintage looking. About beginning of June, there was a hatch of cicadas, the Brood X. They only come out every 17 years. I'm going to post some pictures in this video of those cicadas. And you can see how crisp and sharp this lens is. That's fully manual. The camera cannot read the EXIF data. So you just have to remember what aperture you got it on. It's got a fully manual aperture. And manually focus. It's got a nice long focus throw. You can dial this, you zoom in, magnify with the camera while on a tripod and zoom with focus peaking, and dial this baby in. You can get razor sharp images at f8 and get about f11. Diffraction starts to set in a little bit. You can still get amazingly sharp photos, but I found the sweet spot. I wish there was an aperture in between f8 and f11, but there's not. So I've been shooting mostly at f8 and f11. The sweet spot's f8. But this lens is immaculate, and this camera is pretty killer too. It's got the removable viewfinder. I had to buy this wood handle for it because when I was holding it, my pinky is so small, my pinky would hang over. So after I bought this, it looks cool, and my pinky doesn't hang over anymore. You can get a hold of this baby, But when I'm using this lens, I'm almost always on a tripod. There's no stabilization, and you run a 2x magnification, and no stabilization. If you want to get really close, crispy sharp images, you got to be on tripod. I've tried hand holding this, and actually this lens is a pretty killer landscape lens too on a tripod. It is so sharp, and plus with this sensor in this camera, you can just crop in if you want to. What an amazing lens. I've been very happy with it, and I totally recommend it. If you got an EF-M series camera, like the M50 or the M6 Mark II. This lens is killer. Well, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. Have a good one, YouTube. See you later.